Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm gonna compare the Motorola's Moto E5 Plus and the Moto G6. So let's get into the video, and starting off with the physical aspects, we are gonna have aluminium frame and glass back on the Moto G6 versus the back is glossy plastic on the E5 Plus. While I'm not too sure about the frame of the phone as I could not find it anywhere, but according to sources the handset is coming with plastic body. Both handsets are coming with longer 18:9 aspect ratio screen, which is larger 6 inches on the E5 Plus versus its 5.7 inches on the Moto G6. So as for the overall size of these phones, the E5 is gonna be a bit larger and the G6 being more hand friendly, and where the E5 Plus is larger, it's 1mm more thicker as well, which is significant. The looks of both handsets are almost the same, and so does the bezel size, and as for the weight, the G6 is gonna be way more lighter than the E5 Plus. There are gonna be on-screen control keys on both handsets, and the fingerprint scanner is on the back on the E5 versus it's on the front on the G6, and so we can also use gesture control on the G6 by this. For connectivity, there's gonna be micro USB port on the E5 Plus versus USB Type-C port on the G6, and both have the fingerprint scanner, and at last both are gonna have water repellent nano coating, which makes them splash proof but not fully water resistant. The display is IPS LCD on both handsets, and the screen resolution is Full HD Plus on the G6 versus its HD Plus 720p on the E5. So there's gonna be a huge difference in the screen sharpness. And to protect the screens, both handsets are gonna have Gorilla Glass display protection. As for the performance aspects, we are gonna have the Snapdragon 450 on the Moto G6 versus there are gonna be 3 variants of the E5 Plus, one with Snapdragon 425 and the other two with Snapdragon 430 and 435. The Snapdragon 430 and 435 variants are gonna be faster than the 425 variant because they are octa-core chipsets compared to the quad-core Snapdragon 425, but they are not gonna be as fast as the Snapdragon 450 on the Moto G6. The RAM variants are 2 and 3 GB on the E5 Plus versus 3 and 4 GB on the Moto G6, and try not to go with that 2 GB RAM variant of the Moto E5 Plus because it's slow. The storage variants are 16 and 32 GB on the E5 Plus versus 32 and 64 GB on the G6, and on both it can be increased via micro SD card slot. Now coming to the camera, and it's gonna be 12 megapixels on both handsets, where the aperture size is larger on the G6 means brighter low light images. On the G6 we're gonna have a secondary 5 megapixel sensor, and thanks to it there's gonna be a portrait mode on the handset, and there are gonna be more effects like that. Both handsets uses face detection for refocusing, means it's gonna be fast, while there's also gonna be laser autofocus on the E5 Plus, means it's gonna be even faster and more accurate at close ranges. Both handsets can record 1080p videos, where the E5 captures them at 30 fps versus the G6 is gonna do that at 60 fps, which is gonna look awesome, and both are also coming with the slow-mo feature, which should record at 120 fps, but I'm not too sure about the resolution of these videos, if they're gonna be in 720p or lower. The front camera on both handsets is 8 megapixels with the same aperture size, while there's also gonna be a 5 megapixels variant of the E5 Plus. At last for the battery, and it's gonna be 3000 mAh on the Moto G6 versus it's way more larger 5000 mAh on the E5 Plus. So the E5 is gonna be the definite king of the battery backup. And as for the fast charging, both handsets are coming with Motorola's Turbo Power 15 watts fast charging, but as the battery is smaller on the G6, it's gonna recharge faster, and there's also gonna be a standard 10 watts charging variant of the E5 Plus, which is gonna take even longer in recharging. So this is it for this video guys. Let me know what do you guys think about both handsets, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.